Are you considering a move to the Sunshine State? Before you pack your bags, join me as I explore the top 10 reasons why Florida might not be the perfect fit for you. From hot and humid summers to pests and crowded beaches, I'll give you all the information you need to make an informed decision. Hi, I'm Lisa Taylor, and as a realtor and resident of Palm Beach County, I think I'm qualified to give you the bad and the ugly about living here. If you're ready, grab a chair and let's find out if Florida is the place for you. Now, before we dive into the video, I just want to remind you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. We'll be coming out with new videos every week, all about what it's like to live, work and play here in the Palm Beaches. Let's get started by talking about the weather. Florida weather. The stuff dreams are made of, or so they say. Listen, as a Brit, I was lured in by the promise of year-round sunshine and endless beach days. But let me tell you, I was not prepared for the heat and humidity of Florida summers. It's like living in a giant hairdryer set to frizz mode. You'll be saying goodbye to your luscious locks and hello to a permanent state of frizz. And let's not forget the daily thunderstorms. It's like Mother Nature is running a summer spa day. And we're all just saunas. So pack your sunscreen, a portable fan, and a lifetime supply of keratin, because you'll be needing it if you plan to move to Florida. Number 2 on my list is hurricanes. I've lived through a lot of hurricanes and was living in Miami when Hurricane Andrew hit in 1992. I'd actually just moved over from the UK. Welcome to Florida. I think hurricanes are Florida's way of making things interesting. The state is located in a hurricane-prone area, and there isn't any part of the state that's immune. We just never know where or when the next one will hit, or the kind of damage it will inflict. The storms come with heavy rain, high winds and storm surge, and they can be devastating, not just for the damage they cause to property, but also for the potential loss of life. It's important to be aware of the hurricane season, which typically runs from June to November, and to have a plan in place in case a storm is headed your way. This can include stocking up on non-perishable food, water and wine, having a generator on hand, and having an evacuation plan in place. Hurricanes are not to be messed with. Number 3 on my list is traffic, and it can be a nightmare, especially in the major cities, especially during rush hour. With so many people living and working in the area, the roads can get pretty congested. If you're not used to dealing with traffic, it can be a big adjustment. It's important to consider the level of traffic in the area you're considering before making the move. This can include researching the average commute time and considering whether you're willing to live closer to your work to avoid long commutes. You could also check out public transportation options, but keep in mind public transportation may not be as great as where you are currently living. It's also worth noting that traffic can vary depending on the season. For example, the winter months are much more congested than the summer. Additionally, tourist destinations can also create heavy traffic, so it's important to keep this in mind when planning your trip and visits to popular destinations. But having said all this, what's a little traffic when you're surrounded by beautiful beaches, great food, and endless entertainment options? Just saying. Now let's talk about the cost of living. While Florida has a reputation for being a relatively affordable state, the cost of living can vary depending on where you live. In particular, the cost of living in Palm Beach County is higher than the national average. Rent and housing costs can be particularly expensive here, as the demand for housing is high and the supply is limited. Additionally, the cost of utilities, groceries, and other necessities can also be higher than in other parts of the state. It's also worth noting that the cost of living in South Florida can vary depending on the neighborhood you choose. For example, areas that are closer to the beach or in more upscale neighborhoods can have a higher cost of living than more affordable areas. On to number 5, and let's talk about one of Florida's most famous attractions, the beaches. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, the beaches in Florida must be amazing. I can't wait to soak up some sun on the sandy shores. But let me tell you, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. In fact, it's more like sunshine and crowds of people. You see, Florida is home to some of the most beautiful beaches in the world, but that also means that they're popular. And when I say popular, I mean that the beaches are more packed than a can of sardines. It's like trying to find a spot on a Rubik's Cube. It's just not happening. Picture this. You've got your towel, your sunscreen, and your cooler full of cold drinks. You're ready to relax and soak up some sun. But as you approach the beach, you start to realize that every inch of sand is covered with people. It's like trying to find a parking spot at the mall on Black Friday. Impossible. And don't even think about trying to find a spot to lay your towel. You'll be lucky if you find a patch of sand big enough for a Barbie doll. You'll be squished in between sunbathers, beach volleyball players, and families with small children who insist on building sandcastles right next to you. Next on our list are pests. Coming from a pest-free environment, it was traumatizing for me when I encountered my first palmetto bug fly through my open sliding glass door one evening. And if you're coming from a relatively pest-free environment, be forewarned. Florida is home to a wide variety of pests, from the tiny but pesky mosquitoes to the creepy crawly cockroaches and the home-destroying termites. And some of them live rent-free in your house. Imagine opening your cupboard and finding a family of roaches having a picnic on your cereal, or waking up to find a mosquito the size of a small bird feasting on your blood. And don't even get me started on termites. They'll eat your house like it's a buffet. But don't worry, there are plenty of pest control options available, including a bug man who will come and spray your house. Just add that to the extra bills you will have. Now on to number 7, the crowds. One thing to keep in mind when considering a move to Florida is that the state has a high population density. This means that cities and towns can be very crowded and busy, especially in comparison to other parts of the country. This can be a big adjustment if you're someone who likes a more laid-back lifestyle and prefers a quieter, more rural environment. It's worth noting that Florida's population density varies depending on the area you're looking at. Some areas such as South Florida are known for their high population and can be quite crowded. However, other parts of the state, such as the Panhandle or rural areas, have a lower population density and may offer a more laid-back lifestyle. It's also important to consider that the high population density in Florida can lead to more traffic, longer wait times for services, and higher demand for housing and other resources. But if you're someone who thrives in a bustling and vibrant environment, Florida's high population density may be an exciting opportunity. You'll have access to a wide variety of activities and amenities such as shopping, dining, entertainment, and more. Plus, living in a densely populated area can also give you access to a diverse and multicultural community. Now let's talk about something that might come as a surprise to you. Florida is the land of retirees. That's right, the Sunshine State is home to more retirees than you can shake a cane at. And I'm not talking about a few retirees here and there. I'm talking about retirees everywhere you look. It's like a retirement home convention, but with beaches. Florida has long been a popular destination for retirees looking to escape the cold and enjoy their golden years in the sunshine. And let me tell you, they're not holding back. These retirees are out there living their best lives, and I mean that in the most literal sense. They're hitting the beaches, the golf courses, and the early bird specials with a vengeance. But don't let that fool you. These retirees are not just sitting around. They're out there dancing the cha-cha, playing pickleball, and even taking up skydiving. It's like they're trying to prove a point or something. Yeah, definitely living a life. Number 9 on my list is the high cost of insurance in Florida. As a state that is prone to natural disasters such as hurricanes, floods, and tornadoes, insurance rates in Florida can be quite high. This is particularly true for property insurance, which is essential for homeowners in the state. The cost can vary depending on where you live, but it's generally more expensive than other states. Additionally, many insurance companies may require you to purchase additional coverage, such as hurricane, which is separate from regular homeowners insurance. This can add to the overall cost, so it's important to factor this in when budgeting for your move. Now for the last point on my list. Florida is a popular tourist destination known for its beaches, theme parks, and warm weather. While this can be great for the local economy, it can also mean that many areas can be quite crowded during peak seasons. Palm Beach County definitely gets busy during the winter tourist season. The beaches are packed with visitors from all over the world looking to escape the cold weather. And while it can be fun to see all the different people and cultures, it can also make it difficult to find a spot on the beach or a table at your favourite restaurant. Personally, I love the hustle and bustle around the winter season, but if you're looking for a more laid-back lifestyle, you might consider moving to a less touristy area, such as a small town. So to put all of this into a nutshell, Florida is a beautiful state with a lot to offer, but it's important to consider the things we've discussed in this video before making the move. The high population density, retiree population, high insurance costs, and the large number of tourists are all things to consider. Let me know in the comments if you found this information helpful. And if I haven't scared you away from moving to Florida, I would love it if you would hit the subscribe button, and that way you'll never miss a video.